In this series, I'm going to be adventuring around some of the lesser known backpacking spots in Australia and uncovering one of its best kept secrets. Then I'm going to be heading over to Southeast Asia to explore Myanmar, a country that has only really recently opened its borders to tourism. And as always, it's going to be real, it's going to be raw, so that it really shows you what it's like if you go backpacking. We had our first Vietnamese coffees, are a bit excited now. You can see this place just comes alive at night. We're stuck in the room. Help me.
I wear whole banana.
Tom's first experience of the night trail.
Previously, I decided that after 10 years of tour guiding, it was time for Dundee to see what it was like to be a backpacker himself.
It's Tom's first time in Asia.
Dundee is about to eat stuffed frogs.
Yeah? Delicious. Tastes like Anna.
One of my childhood friends, Anna Marie, had just finished teaching in Cambodia, so we had spent the last month exploring with her.
Anna Marie's about to try a bit of pepper. She doesn't do very well with hot things.
She's gonna freak out.
Yeah.
We're trying full face masks for the first time. We've apparently got off on the wrong stop.
This is proving to be slightly more problematic than we thought.
Welcome to the night bus. Look how excited. She thinks it's the bus from Harry Potter.
Welcome to Hoi An! So we made it to Vietnam, yay! Crossed the border with no problems. They let us in.
We've had our first coffee.
We had our first Vietnamese coffees. Are a bit excited now. But it's so good to be back. I mean, this place is so beautiful. Look at it.
As you'll know if you've watched Series 1, I have been here before, but it was such a fleeting visit as I was on a tour. So this time I was looking forward to having a few more days to explore.
Old Town Hoi An is pretty epic. It's like the lantern capital. It's so pretty. This is like a photographer's heaven. This is so cute, look at this.
Weirdos.
Tom's not impressed.
Yum! This is your first proper Vietnamese food, Roo. What do you think?
Very nice.
Yeah? Look how pretty it is.
So there seems to be some sort of mistake in our hotel room because
We have all of this area and all of this area.
2 beds there and another whole bed. This is kind of ridiculous. I feel like we've accidentally stumbled across a suite.
A quick accommodation tip here is that if you're travelling with a few of you, it can sometimes be cheaper to get a whole hotel room than it is to stay in a dorm. And the bathroom and some fresh fruit on arrival, which, okay, I'm sorry, we've already kind of tucked into a little bit.
So we basically have our own hotel suite for $14 a night. It's pretty awesome. And tomorrow might be meeting up with Mark and Amanda from the NYC couple.
Peak rainy season for central Vietnam is September to late November. So since it was the 17th of December, we were definitely cutting it close. So my advice here is always double check the seasons before you make any travel plans.
It's raining today in Hoi An, quite a lot. We're getting pretty soggy. So we have taken refuge in a coffee shop. We could be here a while. So if you've ever been to Vietnam before, you'll know that they do lots of awesome coffees, especially egg coffee. I've never had egg coffee before.
Remind me to pick this up.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
I don't even know what to compare it to. It's just delicious. It's like, I don't know what it's like.
Coffee custard.
It's like tiramisu. Tom's first egg coffee. What do you think?
Too much egg flavor. Not much, no.
It's not your thing. Look at this cute little Christmassy display here.
Weather's not the best today in Hoi An. Pretty gross. The river, as you can see behind me, is almost flooding. We're in our max. Anna Marie is in her full poncho.
You actually buy a ticket for Old Town Hoi An, which helps towards the restoration. And since I'm British and it was raining, I was craving one thing.
Tea tasting, yum.
Smells like dried apricots.
Oh, that smells good. Which one is that?
Ginseng.
Ginseng. Oh, yeah.
Your ticket actually gives you access to 5 of the old houses, museums and exhibitions, so we thought we'd go exploring. Raincoat. Raincoat. It looks amazing. We basically spent the whole day jumping between coffee shops and museums to avoid the weather.
This is the flood level. Look how high it is. So when you come to Hoi An, the big thing to do is get some clothes made. And Anna Marie is getting some dungarees made. She's super excited. She's about to do her first fitting now. Oh, there they are.
Woo! There she goes. Put the dungarees on.
You can get suits made. And you just pick your fabric and your pattern. And here she is with the dungarees. Oh my god, they're really, really cute. So as you can see behind me, you come in for fittings and basically, unless you are happy, you don't get them. And I think she's happy.
Yeah.
We've ventured out because it stopped raining, yes! For 5 minutes, so we're trying to take in a little bit of Hoi An without the rain. That's so pretty! We want to do a cooking class. This afternoon we are going to go do some pottery at the Terracotta place that I went to last time, and I was useless the first time. I'll probably be useless the second time. So we basically stumbled across this restaurant by accident from a recommendation from one of our friends on Facebook, and then Anna Marie was like, I came here when I was on G Adventure Store. It is called Bale Well.
Oh, it's in the Lonely Planet. This is why it's so bloody popular.
Is it good? Mm-hmm. This is delicious. It's literally like pancake in pancake with barbecue and this really good sauce, which I have demolished.
Tom is loving it.
I'm so full. I just literally ate it. Didn't even film me eating or doing anything because it was just so yummy. Another travel tip for you. If you have allergies, make it very clear, like what Anna Marie did earlier, because she is allergic to shellfish. This is a little demo of what she did.
So I can't eat fish, no fish.
And so she brought her own little special meal.
No shrimp.
No fish, no shrimp.
Seafood.
After lunch, the plan was to head to the Terracotta Museum. However, we might have gone a little off-piste and got lost in this pottery village. Sometimes it's good to get lost, as we got to have a go at this.
Can you show us?
Pedal. So we're going to try some pottery again.
Oh, look at that!
See, oh look! Oh look, she fixed it immediately. I did it all on my own, all by myself.
Lies.
Yeah, I almost got it. Almost got it.
Now it's Dundee's turn. Oh no! Start again. No! How's your pottery going so far, Dundee?
Not great.
Not great.
As you can see, my second attempt is pretty much as bad as my first one 2 years ago.
This is a piece of
But I branded it again, Pocket Trailblazer. But it was so much fun. Yay! Whee! And this is how the pros do it. Okay, so we're now in the correct place. We went a little off-piste, but it's all good because we got to do some pottery.
Stonehenge looks a bit rugged compared to the rest, doesn't it? We decided that Stonehenge looks a little bit rough and ready compared to the rest of these immaculately sculpted buildings. Stonehenge is just like, meh. And we're on the roof looking out over Hoi An. Do you remember these? If you don't, you need to watch series 1. Go watch it now. This is really good fun. I think I prefer smashing pottery to making it. I was crap at it, but it was really good fun. Interesting development. So we were about to go out for dinner. We're stuck in the room. We're stuck in the hotel. Help! Help me! So I just called reception. I don't think they quite understood the concept that we were locked in.
Did you use the thing that was on the door?
We're stuck. Anna Marie's trying her breaking in skills. Tom's now trying with his. We're out. We made it. We escaped. Luckily, I didn't overreact.
Help me!
You can see this place just comes alive at night. It's amazing. So many lanterns. It's so beautiful. Going to the night market. Here we go. Night market craziness.
I went home, banana.
It's amazing. Brilliant. Final fitting. Ooh.
Yeah. Yep.
Final fitting of the fruit dungarees. Amazing. I love them.
I love them. Thank you.
You're little.
You.
After the fitting, we spent most of the day just wandering around, drinking coffee and exploring the local markets. Hoi An seems to be like Instagram heaven. There are photo shoots everywhere. We're in the market and typically Dundee has found knives. Then that evening, Tom and I went for a beer with Mark and Amanda from the NYC couple, except I totally forgot to film, so I only have this Insta story. Woo! Look at these guys! Yes! Mark and Amanda, NYC couple! Woohoo! Then the next day, we thought we'd give lantern making a go. I think I'm going to be horrendous at this.
Caught up in this thing that we call living, a lot of forgetting and forgiving. I'm letting go.
Muz, how are you doing over there?
Very sticky fingers.
Tom's is looking extremely
Tricky.
professional. Ooh, there's some serious competition going on over here.
I'm struggling with the scissors.
Anna Marie's left-handed, but her lantern looks the best. Mine's a mess. We finished! We made our lantern! Next we learnt about how they farm silk and weave it, and then we cycled to the market to pick up ingredients for our cooking lesson. However, as you might have already seen, bikes are not my strong point. This is me almost falling off my bike in China. And this is me almost falling off my bike last time I was in Hoi An. So yet again, I decided to hand the GoPro to someone else.
Caught up in this thing that we call living, a lot of forgetting and forgiving. I'm letting go.
Such a bad idea.
It is you I wanna follow, all the time and circumstances. Call it a
Our guide's afraid that Charlie's dying. It's really not.
We just completely diced with death on the roads on a bike. How did you enjoy the cycling route?
It's great.
It was great.
Wasn't scared at all.
Also, just to make it even more exciting, there are no brakes on the bike. So we're now at the market. And then it was more dicing with death to get to our cooking class. 2 guesses as to what we're doing now.
You know what they say about big hands? Big gloves.
I mean, wow. My mind is blown. What exactly?
You've never seen them.
That's just like, well, I've seen these, but I didn't realise it came from this. That's just wizardry. Mine are not very flat. Look, it's got them perfect. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got a circle. Yeah. We got one circle. This one's broken. It's broken. Thought this would be more fun to do in the mirror. Get yourself a little bottle of hand wash so that you can like wash your underwear and girls wash your bras in the sink, because it saves you money and it's quicker than doing your laundry all the time. And a little tip for Asia especially, girls, if you wear underwire bras, obviously I do, don't put them in the laundry. They will come back mangled, trust me. I'm kind of currently watching Steve Yallow's vlog at the same time as doing my washing. Is that a little bit weird, Steve? I'm sorry. And then make sure you've got a washing line. Travel washing lines are great because they're just a piece of elastic and you just tie them around anything like this one. It's tied to the window. And then you've got a washing line. Boom. Whew, it's chilly. It's so cold in Vietnam today. So we are off on a tour to we're our first people on the bus. There's no one on the bus. We have no idea of the itinerary for today. We don't know what we're doing. It's exciting, no? We have made it up to the mountains. I am extremely snotty, full of cold, look like oh, thank you, Boo.
That's what boyfriends are.
We don't exactly know where we're going or what's going on, as per usual.
So before we go to see the temple, I will introduce for you some information about the site. So we are Vietnamese today, we are Vietnamese, right? But after the 19th century, we are Vietnamese totally with 54 ethnic groups in Vietnam. Before that, we separate Vietnam in the north and Chamba in the south. After that, they immigrate to Indochina, they separate, become Khmer in Angkor Wat, with Angkor Wat in Khmer, and My Son in Vietnam. They separate 2 kingdoms. Okay, now you are seeing the owner of My Son. Who is it?
Shiva.
Yeah. How can you recognize the Shiva god?
The 6 arms.
Yeah.
We are at My Son. That's how you pronounce it, right? No,
Misun.
not my son.
Misun. Misun. Misun.
My Son?
I think it's sun.
Son.
It is. Misun. Welcome to Misun, people.
So there seems to be 2 different types of architecture here. There's the brick, which has absolutely no gaps between it and no glue. It has no cement and it has no mortar or anything to stick them together. They just boom together. But all the recreated bits, they have put mortar in. This hasn't been finished, has it? This one.
It hasn't been restored.
This hasn't been, but this one was
Very close to the bomb crater where the bomb went off.
But this one was kind of created in the style of Angkor Wat and is made out of limestone as opposed to the rest of it, which is made out of brick.
No, sandstone.
Sandstone, not
out of
limestone.
sandstone.
Part of the temple behind me is like inspired by Angkor Wat because it's sandstone as opposed to the rest, which is brick.
But they don't think it was finished. So it was built in the 13th century. But because of the wars within the tribes here, the Champa people got forced down south. So the columns and things that are on their side, ready to be put up, were never actually put up straight. That's why they look so uniform down here. They were still building it.
And how much older is this place than Angkor Wat?
This is the 13th, so this was a century after Angkor Wat. But they started building, so the first ones over here were in the 4th century.
Wow. That's crazy, eh? It's older than Angkor Wat.
Much older, much older.
Angkor Wat! It's hard to believe that this place is actually older than Angkor Wat. I mean, it's crazy. Look at this cute family portrait behind me. So cute.
Then we opted to take the boat home, which in hindsight wasn't the best idea as it was freezing. But on the plus side, they did give us some lunch.
Hoi An in the rain. It's a bit gloomy.
I have mentioned this earlier in the series, but I really feel like some Instagrammers and YouTubers are making it out like everything is amazing all the time, and this is really damaging to people's expectations. The reality is, the weather is not always perfect.
It has been raining like about 80% of the time we've been in Hoi An.
And you will get tired, and you probably will get sick, and you'll get fed up, and that's exactly the point I was at here.
So firstly, just let me apologise for the way I look. I have a stinking cold. I'm not very well. I'm just a bit of a mess right now.
And to make matters worse, I was trying to not look ill so that I could film some travel tips for Carl Watson's solo female travel advice video.
I'm really not very well, Carl. I'm sorry about this.
And on a side note, if you are a female feeling apprehensive about travelling on your own, then this is a great video to watch. Anyway, I've gone off piece, so let's get back to the story.
So this started at 7 o'clock in the morning. We have no idea what it is. Some sort of kids talent contest, but it's bloody loud. I probably shouldn't be walking around in the rain and standing in a cold pool with the cold I have, but still. In the name of YouTube. Also, I'm sorry about the audio. There is a child's talent contest going on in our hotel at the moment. Who starts a talent contest at 7 in the morning? Anyway, it's a real shame we didn't get to use this pool because it's pretty awesome. We are at the train station in Da Nang, waiting for our overnight train to Nha Trang. There is a distinct lack of information at this train station. We don't really know what's going on. Sleepy. How was the taxi ride here, Roo? Terrifying.
Pretty sure I'm gonna die 10 years younger than I would have been to that taxi ride.
You're only supposed to be here 30 minutes before your train, except we're here an hour and 30 minutes before our train.
Tom's first experience of the night train in Asia.
Horrible aircon sound in the background, I'm really sorry. For those of you that have not been on a night train before, this is a first class sleeper. So this is kind of as good as it gets, and it means you have a private room with a door and 4 people in it. I think the one step down is having 6 beds like they do in China, but it's open and it's on a corridor. I think that's called a second class sleeper. And then you go to seats. So I advise getting an actual bed, so either a first or second class sleeper. We don't have any power sockets apparently. I think this is an older train. We have storage up here to put our bags. We have a little light, and then it's chill. We just saw cockroaches come out from over there. Luckily Tom and I are used to cockroaches in Australia. We made it to Nha Trang. The night train was terrible. You can tell because this is what I look like. Noodle soup for breakfast.
See this chili, don't use too much of it.
We put some in our soup.
Put like that much in.
That much.
Bowl of soup.
The rain is coming in. I think we're about to get very soggy. The Instagram shoot that's going on over there is going to have to stop. Look at this girl. Instagram boyfriend. Oh, she looks stressy.
After a fairly restless night, we were all just happy to chill in a cafe and watch the various Instagram shoots going on the beach until it was time to check into our hostel. We were staying in a 6-bed dorm with a private bathroom. It had the normal under-the-bed lockers and a little bonus of a privacy curtain. A sneaky little travel tip that I use if you have a lot of electronics is to get yourself a 4-way plug, because then you only need one travel adapter and you're not fighting for plugs in the dorm.
So when we got to our hostel, they gave us the choice of staying at the front, which has a balcony, but it's maybe a little bit noisier because there's some construction work going on, or at the back and it's a bit quieter. We're like, yeah, we'll pick the back. So when they said a bit of construction, they weren't wrong. Look at that! I'd say that's some serious construction, right? So anyway, welcome to Nha Trang. It's a bit stormy today, but it's okay. If you walk all the way down the street, you come to the sea. It's spa day, mud bath time. It's the 23rd of December, so we thought we'd do something extremely Christmassy, mud bath. And this is the Christmas decorations they've got here. Look at this. It's a little bit bright, isn't it? Wow, this is so bright. I need sunglasses. Oh God, it's so bright. Oh, and look, maybe they saw my documentary and they've changed the picture because they're all looking like they're having a good time.
This is what we're going to do. Apart from this girl here looks thoroughly unhappy.
We have decided to get a private mud bath, like this one here, which is basically costing us the equivalent of just over £10, I think. 10 British pounds. You do have the option of doing like a 15-person mud bath, but apparently the mud's really cold, whereas our one, the mud is actually heated, and then you kind of get the whole spa package included. So for a couple of extra pounds, we decided to do a private one and get the heated mud. So here we go. I'm really sorry, but there's going to be a lot of GoPro footage because I just can't put this camera near the mud.
Yeah, it is a bus from cabin from.
Where are you from? England.
Okay, sorry, but
Russian. Not Russian, no. Mud bath is commencing.
It's so weird. Look how much I'm floating.
I know, it's so weird. This is amazing! So rather go. I can't see anything. Help! Help!
And every single day I stand and stare at your house upon the riverside to see if you are there, and I wait for the time when your cool eyes make me turn away from all the lies.
Mud bath finished. We now lie on these beds to like dry off and go all crispy. Wow, this place is so cool. It's kind of drying on my face and going like really crackly and hard now. It feels so wet. Mud everywhere. What do you think of my new skin regime?
You need some more on your face, Joe.
More? It's dried on my face. Oh, that's thick. Oh, that is so. Tom was just like, okay, I'm pretty ready for a shower. We went through the gauntlet of hell that is that. That should make some interesting GoPro footage. I freaked out in the middle. And then we sat in the jacuzzi for a while. I don't know where we're going now. Down to sit in another bath, some sort of mineral bath, I think. What's this one then? So we're now in like a mineral. Sunk. Is it warm?
Yes.
Wasn't expecting that. Oh my god! It's really hard not to get the cameras wet or covered in mud. Oh, this is so nice. You know what though, when I came here last time, I was like, oh, I can't wear like a nice new bikini because it's gonna get stained with the mud. But that doesn't happen at all. Make sure you drink plenty of water, kids.
Because you don't feel like you need it because you're in the water, but you do.
So that's kind of what you get for your £10, like 5 different treatment things, except it's more like the gauntlet of pain than the hydrotherapy, if you ask me. Then once you're done, there's like a swimming pool and a waterfall area. And it's pretty cool, but I think we need some food. We are hungry. Tom is starting to wilt. He looks like some sort of dried out desert creature, so look at this. Are you feeling a bit hot?
Pretty warm.
Just having a little bit of chicken pho soup by the pool. Don't mind if I do. Another little tip for hotels, they sometimes do things like free tea. Ours is doing free tea at 3 o'clock, free tea and cookies, which is an awesome place to come and meet people. We've been chatting around the table for like an hour now, it's awesome. It's a bit crazy today. There's still an Instagram shoot going on over there. The reason today has been a little bit of a write-off. I'm so hungover is because we ended up at that bar drinking towers of beer, and then we ended up at the Sky Bar up there, which is like a club on top of a built like, I don't even know, but yes, it's way too much beer last night. But it's Christmas Eve! This is the weather on Christmas Eve in Vietnam!
For Christmas, we will be getting a tropical storm.
Exactly.
That night, the hostel kindly put on a Christmas Eve dinner for all of us.
Merry Christmas! Yay! I got my Christmas hat on. But I don't think I've explained that I actually carried a whole bag of like Christmas props around, like things like this and glasses for 2 weeks, and then I accidentally left them in a hostel like a week ago. I was pretty devastated. But then Santa Claus arrived today. Santa Claus arrived and gave us our Christmas hat. I've even got Christmas claps into Christmas braids. What? Tom is watching YouTube. Anna Marie's boogieing to Christmas music. We went to the cinema. At the time it said online, which was not right, so we now have to wait for a little bit. So we've come for Christmas beer, and we found a brewery that makes it so big. Look at this! How cool is this? Our second choice of bar, we've come to the little tropical paradise. It has stepping stones and fish. Christmas dinner, we've come to an Italian. Not your usual Christmas dinner, but yum. Yeah, food. Oh my god, I'm so excited. And is it good? Yeah, amazing.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. So this is like the most random coincidence ever, but the restaurant we've come to is right opposite a like little bar called Jumanji, and we went to go and see Jumanji at the cinema today. How much of a coincidence is that? It's totally ridiculous. Merry Christmas!
Peak rainy season for central Vietnam is September to late November. Since it was December, we were definitely cutting it close. However, all throughout Vietnam, the locals kept telling us that this amount of rain was not normal, and that the winter had lasted longer than usual. There was, of course, a reason for that, and it was called Tropical Storm Ten Bin. had caused utter devastation in the Philippines and was now heading straight for southern Vietnam. After watching this devastation on the news and hearing that hundreds of thousands of Vietnamese had been evacuated from the Mekong Delta area, it really put things into perspective, and suddenly we were just grateful that all we had was a bit of rain.
It's a travel day! We are heading from Nha Trang to Saigon today. It's about like 8:20 in the morning, we're just waiting for our train.
A great travel tip for booking trains is to go to this website, the Man in Seat 61, as it has loads of information and advice from different routes you can take to the difference between each class of carriages. I actually stumbled across this website almost 10 years ago when I was booking trains for Thailand back in 2009, and I still use it today. The Man in Seat 61 will then have a link to a site where you can book tickets. And for this particular journey, it was to 12go.asia. Now, what I like about this website is it's not only very easy to use, but it gives you very clear options on the different categories of seats or sleeper carriages. On this particular journey, we'd actually wanted to do the overnight train. However, even though I'd booked it 2 months in advance, it was all sold out, so we had to do the day train instead.
Wah! Here's our train! We're at the other end of the train! Run! We're on the train again. 7 hours. Noodles! This is part of the train experience. They have hot water, so you can just make like instant noodles. How are your noodles, Tom?
Pretty good.
Yum!
So after 2 packets of instant noodles, a couple of movies, the 7 hours passed by fairly quickly, and we soon arrived in the capital, Ho Chi Minh City. And even though I'd been here once before, I'd forgotten just how chaotic the roads are.
Just chaos. So I don't know when this became a thing, and maybe it is just in Southeast Asia, but they now seem to number the bunks and give you a key for the locker and the bunk. See, they're actually like numbered, and it correlates to a locker number. When you check in, you're actually designated an exact bunk. It used to be that you just walked into a dorm and just picked a bed. If you are very particular about whether you want a top or a bottom bunk, make sure that when you check in, you ask for that, because otherwise you're just going to be allocated either a top or bottom, and then it's just more hassle having to sort it out afterwards. Ta-da! So you can fit your whole bag in there. Not just your valuables. Pretty good. So hostels will quite often offer free refills on water, or just like really cheap refills. So if you make sure you've got your own water bottle, then you can fill it up for free.
We spent the afternoon and evening just kind of wandering around and exploring, and then we found a really delicious barbecue place for dinner. Then after dinner we had a go at the notorious Vietnamese extreme sport, also known as crossing the road.
Doesn't seem to be any traffic lights.
Oh my god, okay.
Keep walking. You don't have to take two. Yeah, you don't stop.
It's easier if you don't look.
Good morning! Today we are doing a tour of the Mekong Delta. We have 1 day in Saigon. Yeah, we're doing like this all-day tour and the floating market, and we're not sure what else. I'm also thinking of getting this workout machine. That one. our first stop. Happy Buddha! We're at some sort of pagoda temple. I don't have a clue what it's called, so sorry, totally unhelpful for you. But it's pretty cool. I've never seen one like this before. Sleeping Buddha.
In silence or in screaming noise, we're meant to be, there ain't no choice.
What is it we're drinking? Honey. Honey.
Bee pollen.
Bee pollen.
Lime.
Lime. And you just saw the actual bees that are making the honey because they have hives here. It's so cool. Banana. 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 That's crazy. Do you like my new hat? So today we are leaving craziness that is Scooterville. So from Ho Chi Minh City over to Bangkok. We're flying to Thailand today, yay!
Our time in Vietnam had been pretty productive, despite the unusual weather conditions. There were also quite a few new experiences for Tom, and I don't think he's going to forget the chaos of the traffic in a hurry. We had spent Christmas away from home, which is always a hard thing, being away from your friends and family. But what you have to remember is that everyone is in the same boat, and the hostel had made a real effort to bring everyone together. Not only had our time in Vietnam come to an end, but so had our adventure with Anna Marie, as she was flying to Australia to spend New Year's with friends, and we were heading to Bangkok. Next time things get a little messy as we spend New Year's in Bangkok and we meet up with an old travel friend.
He's about to eat a scorpion! Ah! Where the freaking hell is the entrance? My god, we're a bit lost. Possibly should have done some research here. It's hotter than the sun right now, but look how beautiful it is! So we're at the floating market. In typical Southeast Asia style, it's complete freaking chaos.
Then we take the overnight train up to Chiang Mai for a week of adventures.
Oh, Charlie, it's raining so much over there. Oh, you died.
You can never do too many cooking courses, right? Basically it involves a day of eating. My kind of day.
Let's hope I don't burn the kitchen down.
We've done it right.
Tom, what have you made?
I don't know what I'm doing.
I guess this is where we're signing our lives away.
Here she goes.
See ya.
We're going down though.
Just a little reminder here that if you're thinking of going to China and fancy maybe doing the tour I did in Series 1 with the Dragon Trip, then there's a discount code in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.